And we're back for semifinal number 2 in Section 4-4A. The Stillwater Ponies and the Woodbury Royals. Stillwater, the 1 seed and heavy favorite to win the section. Woodbury hoping to play the spoiler like they did a year ago in this semifinal round. Back then, it was a 2-point victory for the Royals, and 3-point shooting did Stillwater in. But the big difference between last year and this year in the semifinals, Woodbury had Rachel Hakes. Stillwater didn't have Liza Karlen. So for Stillwater, they're hoping to end a 31-year drought of state tournament appearances. Woodbury, it's been 15 years since they last reached a state tournament. Of course, they won the 4A title back in 2003 with Dave Preller on board. And Woodbury has a couple of pieces in place to make a run, including Solo Amusain, who I'm told has an encyclopedic knowledge of the sport. These two teams met twice. Stillwater won convincingly both times. The first meeting was symbolic for the Ponies because that was the game where Sarah Scalia crossed the 2,000-point mark. Sarah Scalia, the all-time leading scorer in Stillwater history. Starting 5, no changes for either side. So for the Ponies, it will be Alexis Pratt, Sarah Scalia, Delaney Wagner, Grace Cody, and Liza Karlen. Scalia hit 7 triples in the quarterfinal win over North St. Paul, the first player to reach 100 three-pointers this season. Woodbury will start Carly West, Lexi Paulson, Lizzie Dodge, Katie Vasky, and Solo Amusain. Megan Kirchenwitz came oh so close last year to a section title, a field goal away from tying it. You may recall Rachel Hakes had a look with time winding down. Her shot rimmed in and out. And as we said in the last game, how much can change in a year? Last year, Woodbury and Queen Durham Hall met in the final, and Woodbury and Stillwater met in the semifinals. This year, we'll see what happens, but Woodbury, or I should say Stillwater, seems better positioned to make a deep run. They're going to cough it up, though. Sarah Scalia will retrieve it for the backcourt violation. A few of the Ponies faithful making the trek out here to Hastings. I have to imagine that crowd will grow considerably if they make it to the final on Thursday. And White Bear Lake will await this game to see which one of their Suburban East rivals they will face in the section. A lot of history with Section 4-4A, and the majority of it being Suburban East teams. Woodbury coughs it up. Grace Cody knocked down a few threes. In fact, Stillwater was feasting from three-point range in the quarterfinal win. Sarah Scalia with 7 triples. Grace Cody hit all of her buckets. Wagner scores to get us started. Amusain picked up the loose ball and draws the foul on Karlen. She will shoot 2. Solo Amusain. Her full name is 16 letters, as I've been told. Sub 500 season for the Royals, although they were able to get the 4 seed. And beat Tartan in a shootout, 88-77. We'll see if that happens here. It seems like Woodbury would need something along those lines to have a chance. We know the Ponies are a stronger second half team than first half team, but Grace Cody showing some gusto. And for Stillwater to make a deep run, that is what they're going to need. If they beat Woodbury and if they do make it to state. We know the big three, Pratt, Scalia, and Karlen, are all capable players. But if Grace Cody and Wagner and some of the others can chip in like they did a year ago, that could make a difference. And just like that, the Ponies are up 5-1. Pratt denied by Amusain. And that is 6-1 beating 5-3, Alexis Pratt. Not a tall figure. Sarah Scalia, three-pointer off the mark. Follows her own miss. Putback attempt is off the mark. 3-ball. Unable to hit from the corner was Katie Vasky. Stillwater ball. Stillwater throws it away. Lexi Paulson will get credit for the steal there. Amusain had a rough outing in that second meeting between Stillwater and Woodbury. Carly West, though, had a fine game, scored over 20. To keep the Royals around. Paulson to Amusain. Back to Paulson. Lost it. Sarah Scalia. Full head of steam. And she's off to the races. And that's not right. That was Scalia who scored. It's 7-1. Stillwater over Cretin-Derham Hall. Scalia with another steal. Our PA announcer getting the 14s mixed up. Sarah Scalia, deep three. We know she can shoot from just about anywhere on the floor. Pratt was there for the offensive rebound, and she'll get a chance at three. Stillwater not fooling around. They put up 100 on North St. Paul. They put up 100 in the second meeting with Cretin-Derham Hall. And we're going to have a timeout by Woodbury, as they already trail 9-1 to start this game. Certainly not the result they were looking for. Liza Karlen averaging a double-double. Sarah Scalia, her scoring dropped a little bit this year because she didn't have to score as many points as a year ago. Not as many 30-point games, but she got 30. Pratt had 36 in that 101-93 win over Cretin-Derham Hall. And Stillwater won't have to worry about facing Cretin-Derham Hall if they do beat Woodbury as expected. So the Ponies, as we said, have to be feeling pretty good. Now they can't get too cocky, and I don't think they will. Alexis Pratt shooting in the upper 60s this year as far as the free throws go. Completes the three-point play, and the Ponies are up 10-1. We know Stillwater, one of the higher scoring teams. In fact, that scoring average has gone up, up, up ever since Willie Taylor took over. Building a team with a similar style of play that he was known for at St. Paul Central for all those years. Pratt brings up the ball. Big fan of Kevin Durant. Also runs track, a speedster on the track team. Sarah Scalia also took part in track and lays it in. Sarah Scalia. We know she can shoot threes, but she can score layups as well. And a foul is called on the Ponies. Wagner hit with the first personal foul. Stillwater forcing another steal. Grace Cody picks it up. Can't shake free of Paulson. Pratt. Runner is too strong. Paulson picks up the loose ball. Hussein, three is off the mark. Ponies undefeated in conference play, winning their first conference title in a long, long time. And we've got a three that is short from, who else? Sarah Scalia. Hey, down in front. Trying to watch this game. We've got a few stragglers coming in. Hussein, turn around, no good. Carly West, rebound, and the putback. That is the first field goal for the Royals. West and Hussein, the only double-digit scores for Woodbury this season. Paulson picks up the rebound. And she'll go full speed ahead and find Lizzie Dodge. Hussein, spin move, up and in. Beats Karlen. Hussein, the 6'1" senior. Karlen also has three-point range. Scalia, not surprisingly, the big hitter from out there. Pratt, no look, dish to Wagner, and she's short. Break for the Royals. Hussein trying that three ball, and we're going to have a foul, and it will go against Wagner. Woodbury swept by Stillwater in the regular season series, 80-64 in the first meeting, 77-48 in the second meeting. Alexis Pratt tagged with the foul. In that first meeting, Woodbury was able to hang with Stillwater for a half before the Ponies pulled away, and that has been their mantra all season. Karlen intercepts the entry pass. Scalia drives, can't get the bounce, but Liza Karlen is there to clean up the mess. And Liza Karlen gets on the board. Paulson, the skip to Vasky. Her layup is no good. That was Dodge, I should say. Karlen got the rebound there. Grace Cody wants to join the party. Unable to do so. Allison Benning is fouled. She'll shoot two. Allison Benning, part of the softball team that won a state championship. If you've been living under a rock and haven't followed our Stillwater games this season. It's a weird looking arc on the part of Benning, the sophomore. Second free throw, rims out. West to Vasky, dodge to Paulson. And Paulson can't knock it down. Benning lost it, and that will be Woodbury ball. 10:59 left in the first half. In that first meeting, this is a big difference. Solo Hussein had 19 points. In the second meeting, as we noted, West was feeling it. Hussein struggled, but Solo with the triple. We're seeing more and more of it in this era of basketball. The stretch four, the post players that can shoot from distance. Alexis Pratt is fouled. She'll shoot two. West had 25 in that second meeting. Hussein had 4. Pratt, 23 and 21 points, respectively, in the two meetings against Woodbury. Pratt splits at the line. She's up to 4. Scramble for the ball. It's picked up by Amber Scalia. Woodbury unable to save it. So Stillwater will get to inbound it. And they'll feed Sarah Scalia. Her 3 is offline. Rebound to Hussein. West attacks. Liza Karlen denies. Liza Karlen, we've seen her hit that backwards layup in the Mounds View game. It's not a shot Willie Taylor likes her to take, but Liza feeling confident that she can throw a no-look layup down, and she just did. 18-8 now in favor of the Ponies. Jump ball. Stillwater with the arrow. Pratt out to Karlen, and threw it too far out. Liza will pick it up. And you wonder why they do that, even though it's a backcourt violation. What you don't want to do is create a live ball turnover and give the other team a chance to score. West, speaking of live ball turnovers, she almost committed one. And now Woodbury's in trouble, but Clarice Lebo got out of it. Foul on the Royals. .903 left in the first half. Stillwater up 18-8. And Sarah Scalia Tried to push that ball a little too quickly. Alexis Pratt couldn't catch up to the passing route. And it's a turnover. Lebo. We didn't see her in those first couple of meetings, and that will be a traveling call. Stillwater wanted a foul on the push-off from Katie Vasky. Didn't get it. Sarah Scalia to Pratt. Pratt feeds Karlen. That's a charge. Karlen was a little too physical with Lizzie Dodge. And Karlen picks up her second. She'll have to take a seat for a while. Willie Taylor asking for an explanation. Willie Taylor, Hall of Fame coach, won 2 state titles at St. Paul Central, as you may know. And Megan Kirchenwitz, the Woodbury head coach, offensive foul on the Royals. Second grade teacher at Middleton Elementary when she is not coaching the Royals. But had a lot of nice things to say about some of her regulars. Solo Amusain, involved in the Special Olympics, hopes to coach one day. Carly West, the only left-hander that Megan has had in her 5 years. Amber Scalia, the younger of the Scalia sisters. Some of the Cretin-Durham Hall coaches have high praise, high hopes on Amber's potential down the road. We'll see what happens, but there'll be another Scalia at Stillwater next year, and who knows, maybe Amber will have a chance to get after a few records. And there is a younger Karlen as well, Lexi Karlen, who I happened to meet last night. And speaking of the Karlens, a source close to the family told me that Liza's GPA in her first semester was 4.2. This source then proceeded to tell me that Liza picked up that academic drive from her mother's side of the family. Hussein called for traveling. Scalia, top of the key, drives, no good. We've been stuck at 18-8 for a while. As we've said, though, Stillwater, a stronger second-half team. How did Hussein put that in? Looked like she was falling down. Off balance, somehow got it to go. 8 points for Hussein. Making up for that 4-point effort in the second meeting back on January 25th. Pratt, deep three, bullseye. That's Sarah Scalia's range. Alexis, not the most accurate three-point shooter. You're around 30%, but not afraid to launch a few from distance. 21-10. Hussein, tough shot there. Woodbury trying to keep the dribble alive, and they're able to get the save, but West didn't see the pass. And now Stillwater leaks out. Amber Scalia will complete the transition layup. Amber Scalia, the freshman. Here's Callie Mundahl. Feeds Dodge. Dodge almost lost it. And is fouled by Fultz. Lizzie Dodge has been playing hoops on the same team with Katie Vasky ever since 5th grade. Taking all college courses this year. Will go to UW Eau Claire. Was a team manager for Woodbury's football team, and she enjoyed it so much. She wants to do the same at UW Eau Claire, and guess what? They've got a spot for her. Dodge blanks at the line, but Callie Mundall collects the carom. Dodge with another try. That's no good, and it will be Stillwater ball. Stillwater no stranger to Hastings. Last year, different story as Willie Taylor has built up this Ponies program. Ponies were knocked out in the first round in Sarah Scalia's sophomore season. Then they made the trek to Woodbury. Uncharted territory for them. Took them a little while to get used to, and that may have cost them with Sarah Scalia and Alexis Pratt struggling in that one, allowing Woodbury to move on. Dodge picks up her second personal foul, and Tori Shute, one of the seniors, doesn't get as much attention as Sarah, but then again, I don't think anyone gets as much attention as Sarah when you've got Sarah going to Minnesota, a team that also is hoping to build some new traditions. Mary Foltz will go in for Grace Cody. And Tori Shute knocks down both free throws. Ponies up by 15. And an offensive foul on Hussein. That's two on Hussein, and much like Cretin-Durham Hall in the first game, Woodbury doesn't have a lot outside of the two scores. Hussein with 8 points. Now that she's on the bench, we'll see if someone else for the Royals can step up. Stillwater, they've got a few ways to get points on the board. It's not solely on Sarah Scalia's hands. Mary Foltz, another softball basketball crossover. Foltz to the line. Mundall picking up her second. We tell you how hard it is to beat a team 3 times, but with some of the stronger teams, Stillwater in the East Metro, Hopkins, Wayzata in the West Metro, the more games they play, the more prepared they are. Foltz at the split. Woodbury with the arrow, 26-10, 4:16 left in the first half. And Clarice Lebo back on the floor. Here's West. She's going to have to step things up a bit. Her layup is too strong. Pratt speeds her way down. Tried to force it up. Got it off Woodbury, though. Callie Mundall able to get the stop. Stillwater will hang on to it.
Let's go, Sarah. Let's go, Alex. Work the clock.
Cody to Amber Scalia. Grace Cody, 3-ball, missed everything. And picking up the rebound is Megan Hurley. Paulson, in and out. This is just like the first game, except Stillwater is a step ahead of Woodbury. And if you want to play the upset card, you can't have that happen. Amber Scalia to shoot 2. Saw some stat padding time minutes in her 8th grade season. Comes off the bench as a freshman. I imagine you'll see a little more out of Amber next year. And speaking of the Scalias, on a trip to Moorhead, Sarah decided to start the Scal squad with the rest of her team. Sarah actually has some shades of Waylon in her. Waylon in her future coach as Woodbury fires a 3 and banks it off the glass. Usually that doesn't happen off the corner like that. Stillwater throws it away. Waylon has Gentry. Sarah Scalia's got the Scal squad. Now, how that will change next year, that's going to be the question. But a badly needed bucket by the Royals. Let's see if that sparks a run. Katie Vasky with the long deuce. Again, Hussein on the bench with 2 fouls, so it's up to the rest of the Royals to pick up the scoring here. West pickpocketed. Benning scoops it up. Sister, up and in. Sarah with the dime, Amber with the bucket, and right now Amber has more points than her big sister. Alexis leads the Ponies in scoring with 7, if you're keeping track. (30-15). Another bank for Katie Vasky on the drive. So Woodbury getting some possessions, but Stillwater with a comfortable lead, and a foul on Lizzie Dodge will send Grace Cody to the line. Grace Cody, the 5'11 junior. Vasky, who scored the last bucket for Woodbury, also a softball crossover, and has a brother who plays for the boys team as a freshman. Grace Cody missing the free throw. Stillwater's parents tell me I'm a good luck charm, although when you look at the season they put together, just 2 losses to Wayzata and Hopkins, the 2 teams ahead of them in the rankings. I don't think they needed me for luck. I think they built up enough there. Cody splits at the line. Woodbury on the give and go. Layup is no good for Katie Vasky. Sarah, the skip to Amber. Amber, hesitation, goes up, can't bank it. Rebound. Stillwater keeps it in play. Sarah for 3. No good. And then a foul on Sarah Scalia. Stillwater in the penalty. So Woodbury with a chance to score, and they're down by 14, but this is what you want to see. Megan Hurley missing the front end. Empty possession for the Royals. But you're just trying to stay within striking range here. Pratt, her drive, goes wide right. Jump ball, Stillwater with the arrow. Hastings used to reside in this conference before moving to the Metro East. Sarah Scalia off balance, draws the foul, will shoot 2. No triples for Sarah Scalia. You kind of expected a drop-off after knocking down 7 in a 107-27 win over North St. Paul. I'm sure Sarah, in particular, remembers the bitter aftertaste of losing the section semifinal. The last couple of years, that 2-3 has been problematic for the higher seed. West attacks and converts the layup. West up to 4, 32-19. Sarah Scalia not giving up on that drive, had nowhere to go though, and Woodbury picks it up. Can't make any lazy passes with Pratt around. I call her the annoyer because that is what she does for opposing teams. Woodbury fires the 3 and it's short. Stillwater will let that go out of bounds for a dead ball rebound. Stillwater will hold for the final shot. 20 seconds. Cody sees a lane, goes for it, and draws a foul. So a 3.6. She'll have a chance to extend Stillwater's lead. Busy day of basketball, section semifinals Saturday for the big schools. A and AA still in early round play. And that Twin Cities game everyone will talk about. St. Paul Central coming back from 21 down to beat Minneapolis North. Grace Cody completes both. Woodbury with time. Will they get it off? Yes, they will. And Megan Hurley will shoot 2 to end the first half, as that foul occurred before the buzzer. And officials are going to put a 1/10 of a second back on the clock, so everyone will have to take their formation at the free throw line. It doesn't make any difference, though, because make or miss, you're not going to have time to do anything. So this will end the first half one way or the other. Megan Hurley missed the front end. And the Stillwater fan section trying to lob a few distractions. Well, they were 1 of 2. And now the first half comes to an end. Stillwater up 34-20. Not a surprise, per se, but Stillwater's pressure defense producing big dividends. They got on that 12-1 run to start the game. And they're spreading it around between the Scalia sisters, Pratt, and even Cody chipping in a few points. Woodbury, they have some work to do, but Hussein, 8 points, and we'll see if Carly West has something for the second half. And we'll bring you that second half, and we'll show you some highlights of the Stillwater-Woodbury series in recent years. You're watching high school girls basketball, the Section 4 4A semifinal. Lexi Paulson, her three is off the mark.
And she's out. I mean, she was all over all the defensive passes on the.
Carly couldn't finish. Pratt with the lob to Karlen, no good, and she'll put back for a miss and have a chance at three. Liza Karlen, they kick back out to Pratt. Two-pointer does not drop. Sarah Scalia swoops in for the rebound, fires the three. Pure!
That's not easy to do.
And we're back for the second half, whether you're sore or not to jump around. Stillwater jumping around, though, quite nicely. 34-20 over the Woodbury Royals. Leading the way, Alexis Pratt with 7 points. Grace Cody with 6. Amber Scalia with 6. So Stillwater finding some production outside the big three. So from a few unusual sources, that can only help them as they try to make that run into state, a bid that is seemingly more likely if they can get past Woodbury and face White Bear Lake, given the series history between the two this year. Jump ball, and Stillwater with the arrow. For the Royals, Hussein has 8 points, but had to sit with early foul trouble. That's the notable for the Royals. And Sarah Scalia still stuck on 100 three-pointers. And then traveling call on Lizzie Dodge. But I guess if you're going to struggle from three-point range, have it happen in the semifinals and with a 14-point lead in hand, as opposed to a year ago when that lack of three-point shooting almost did you in. Pratt draws the blocking foul. It was before the shot. Sarah Scalia drives, no good. Not a good game for the senior and Stillwater's all-time leading scorer. Three on the way from Lexi Paulson. Bullseye. And this is what Woodbury needs. They're a sound team, and they had a great leader and role model to draw from in Rachel Hakes a year ago. Pratt to Wagner. Baseline J. Off the mark, Hussein with the rebound. We have said it's hard to beat a team 3 times, and Willie Taylor knows a thing or two about that. Who can forget that epic series with Minneapolis South and St. Paul Central in those years? Hussein with a block from behind on Alexis Pratt. Not an easy thing to do. Lexi Paulson speeds her way down floor and walked. Pratt to Scalia, not giving up on the threes, but they're just not going in. Carly West is fouled. Carly West also has a sibling who plays on the boys team, and Carly West has been playing this sport since 2nd grade. West blinks at the line, but Dodge is there for the O-board. And with that, Lizzie Dodge gets on the board. 9-point game. Liza Karlen too far underneath, and then a foul on Cody. Woodbury not ready to go away quietly. We've had a few upsets already. Park Center and Farmington, 2 number 1 seeds, knocked out in the semifinals. In 4A, in 3A, Red Wing, the number 1 team in Class 3A, saw their season come to an end. So, several top 10 teams falling by the wayside before the finals here. And a foul on the Ponies, so Woodbury not done yet. As you saw, Stillwater, they've had a lot of regular season success over the Royals. Playoffs a different story. And a foul on Karlen. That will be her third, and West will go to the line. Carly West struggling at the line, though. And struggling overall. She had a season high 25 in the last meeting between these two teams. And you got to make these free throws here, and Woodbury struggling to do that. West finally gets one to fall, but West 1 for 4, Dodge 0 for 2, Hurley 1 for 3. All those missed points can add up, even though we still have a long way to go. Just an 8-point game. And Stillwater with some work to do here. Pratt fires the 3, pure. Pratt with her second triple, and if you told me that Pratt was going to be the one knocking down threes, I believe you, but I wouldn't expect Sarah Scalia to be shooting blanks. Scalia with just 5 points. But again, it goes back to the reduction of pressure here. Paulson, offensive foul. Pratt to the Scalia sisters, and then Sarah tried to hook up with Karlen, and miscommunication on the route. Carly West fouled as she tried to bring the ball up, and that is Stillwater's last to give, even though they're up by 11. This gives Woodbury an opening here because they can shoot free throws the rest of the way. Carly West through the hole and in. And that's going to be enough for Willie Taylor to call a timeout. 9-point game again, 37-28, and Woodbury playing perhaps their best performance this season against Stillwater. Like we said, there is that theory. The math doesn't suggest it, but when you get to that third time, as is often the case with the section and 5 Suburban East teams, when you have that many, you're going to see each other a lot. All 4 semifinalists in the Suburban East, the one exception being Eastridge. So when you get to those third meetings, even when you have the difference in capability and caliber between Stillwater and Woodbury, that third time, everyone knows everyone. It's all about execution. But you have a little more preparation, a little more insider knowledge on how to contend. And Woodbury finding some openings here. Backdoor from practice, Scalia. And that was working for Sarah Scalia early on. Alexis Pratt alertly steals the inbound pass. And Carly West hit with her third personal foul. Alexis Pratt will shoot 2. 2 for 3 prior to that trip. 10 points so far. And she blanks. As we said, Alexis not the most accurate, and Hastings has proven problematic for the Ponies. Woodbury able to save it, and they'll call a timeout. 39-28. I'd like to thank all of you watching this on tape delay on Valley Access channels. And if you want to support a TSB television broadcast as part of the TSB on VAC TV arrangement, you can hit me up on PayPal or Patreon. Patreon.com/TSB television or PayPal.me/TSB television. No amount is too small. And so for Woodbury to win this, you need a big game out of Amusain and Carly West. Because everyone else, it's a collection of role players. That's not to say they are incapable, but you need the big guns to show out. Amusain. Woodbury catching a break there. Amusain looking for dodge, and Lizzie, I think the pass was deflected, which is why she braced herself. Either way, it stays Woodbury ball. West, the lefty, scores. West up to 9, and it's back to a 9-point game. Who would have thought the 2-3 would be the runaway, and the 1-4 holding some interest here. Karlen. It will stay Stillwater ball. White Bear Lake will face the winner. And what's nice about this section being mostly conference teams, you don't have to do a ton of scouting. You've already seen them more than once. Sarah Scalia try to go baseline. Amusain shut the door. It will stay Stillwater ball. Sarah, side fade for 3. Off the back iron. Pratt with the O-board. Karlen thought about it. Amber. Now Pratt feeding Benning on the entry pass. The scoop shot. Can't bring it home. West. Almost pickpocketed. Woodbury. Ill-timed entry pass. Liza Karlen fouled on the way up. It's the second personal on Vasky. And going back to the Cretan White Bear Lake game, it's all about efficiency for that lower level team. Stillwater calls timeout. They have 3 remaining. In this series, Sarah Scalia against Woodbury hasn't been the most explosive. She's had some solid performances, but didn't necessarily light up the stat sheet. She had 22 points in the first meeting, including the coveted 2,000th point. She had 20 points in the second meeting. Liza Karlen, though, had a thrilling, sensational effort in meeting number 2, 17 points, 15 rebounds. As we said, Karlen a double-double threat. Stillwater lost the ball, though, in the inbound. Hussein commits to the attack, and it pays off. Hussein with her first bucket of the second half. She's up to 10, and it's a 7-point game. Woodbury not going away quietly here. Pratt is fouled. She'll shoot 2. Karlen at 19 and 7 in the first meeting with the Royals. So normally Karlen's been able to feast on rebounds here, but with the fouls that she has amassed, as we noted, that took her out for a good chunk of time in the first half. Vasky picks up her third. Pratt hits the front end. That makes her 3 of 6 at the line. Now 4 of 7. And for Stillwater, even though they are the 1 seed and a heavy favorite, Pratt wanted the foul call there. Thought Vasky made too much contact with her. For Stillwater, this is a psychological hurdle. Getting through Woodbury in the semifinals, something they weren't able to do a year ago. Carly West drives through the hole and scores the layup. West up to 11 now. 7-point game again. Pratt fouled again, and that will go against Vasky. That is her 4th, and I don't think Megan Kirchenwitz can keep her in there. Nope. Paulson will take her place. And both teams out of fouls to give. Woodbury struggling a little more at the line than Stillwater. Cody had a tough lane, nowhere to go. Hussein almost lost it after the rebound. She finds West again. West with the skip to Dodge. Out to Mundahl. Her 3 is no good, but it was last touched by Stillwater. And Woodbury, they're not the flashiest, but they are giving Stillwater a run here. West, no good. Last touch by the Ponies. And the other difference here is Woodbury having a couple of options, much like a year ago. Or Cretin-Durham Hall, everything had to go through Franny for the Raiders to be successful. For the Royals, you've got a couple of pieces. West with a step through. And it's a 5-point game. Pratt to Karlen, out to Amber Scalia. Fouled, and remember, both teams in the penalty. But Carly West coming up clutch. That drive is in full force. And Paulson fouls out of the game. So Lexi will finish with 3. And Amber will shoot 1 and 1. Foul trouble could be a problem here for the Royals. And Amber Scalia at the line. Has to settle for a split. So Woodbury, they're going to have to contend with foul trouble here. Paulson out of the game. Vasky with 4. And a friendly bounce. Lizzie Dodge didn't have much of a lane to work with. It's a 4-point game. Could we be seeing a repeat of a year ago? Stillwater had a big first half lead. They were up by 14. It looked like another runaway win was in the cards. But here they come. Sarah Scalia missed again. Woodbury can make this a one-possession game. Hussein, no good. I don't know if that's the shot you want to take. Loose ball, picked up by the Royals. Dodge, needs help. Hussein, baseline, swish. 2-point game against the number 2 team in Class 4A. Cody for 3, pure. Did Stillwater need that? Grace Cody with the first triple. Stillwater bringing the pressure, something they excel at. West able to get to Hussein. Dodge. Through Cody and in. Woodbury with their grittiest effort of the season. Again, sub 500, 9-16. But a lot of these players were on last year's team, and if nothing else, they might have reached into that memory bank and recalled that victory over Stillwater in the section semifinals a year ago when it was Woodbury as the 3, Stillwater as the 2. Alexis Pratt fires the 3. Back iron. Karlen collects the long carom. Sarah Scalia, deep 3. No. Another offensive rebound. Amber Scalia with the mid-range J. Amber Scalia with 9. Well, this is something. Bad pass by Lizzie Dodge. Sarah Scalia. She'll shoot 2. You can tell when she's a little flustered, frustrated, angry. West picking up her 4th personal foul. And as we said, foul trouble could be an issue here for the Royals. We're putting in a strong effort. But now you send an mid-80s free throw shooter to the line, and even though Sarah Scalia has yet to put in a 3-pointer, like we said, sometimes on the road to a championship, there's a game in the playoffs. Every team goes through it. There's that one game where few things seem to go your way. You just have to gut it out. This might be that moment for the Ponies. We call it the turning point. If you can get through that hump. Woodbury not going away, though. Vasky drains the triple to make it a 4-point game again. But the Royals in a heap of foul trouble here, and that could be problematic. They already lost a starter. 5-second call. West on Scalia. 7:28 in the second half. Woodbury still has a chance. Dodge had an opening. Stillwater a little more speed in their game. West, Amber Scalia, she tried to sell it and it cost her. Amber Scalia tried to sell the foul, and what that did was open up Carly West in the paint. So Amber going with the theatrics and it cost her. Now Carly West can make this a 1-point game. She does. Much like a year ago, Sarah Scalia unable to hit her threes. Pratt is fouled, and depending on who it's on, It's on Mundahl. That's her fourth, so Woodbury running out of players here. And that's going to be a problem for the Royals with 7:08 left, a lot of time. West, Mundahl, Vasky, and Paulson fouled out earlier, but not a ton of options for Woodbury. And Megan Kirchenwitz. Pratt, 2 clutch free throws there. Alexis Pratt, 14 points. That makes it a 3-point game. Woodbury started this game on a 12-1 deficit, trailed by 14 at the half. They could tie it up here. 3 is long. And then a foul on Hussein, and Stillwater in the double bonus. Solo Hussein picks up her 3rd foul, and Woodbury, as I said before, in a heap of trouble on the foul tally. Now, Paulson has to watch the rest of this game from the bench, and several others 1 away from disqualification. Delaney Wagner knocks the front end, and that makes it a 2-possession game. Stillwater in the double bonus the rest of the way. A split, but a 4-point lead. And you'll take anything right now if you're Stillwater, just to fend off Woodbury. Backdoor to West, got it. Dodge got her the ball. Carly West. What a performance. And a great follow-up from that 25-point effort in the second regular season meeting. Jump ball. Woodbury with the arrow. Hussein did not make contact with Karlen, and a break for Hussein. That would have been her 4th. That last bucket for West gives her 18 points. And Woodbury can tie or take the lead. 6:05 to go. West lost it. Mundahl has 4 fouls. Not much you can do there. Grace Cody, the trailer. A sloppy turnover on the Royals. That's what you can't afford. West almost lost it again. Ball control, oh so crucial. Hussein tripped up. And Woodbury in the bonus. Stillwater, though, nowhere near the same level of foul trouble as Woodbury is. They can afford to take a few. Except Delaney Wagner just fouled out of the game. So Wagner is done. She'll finish with 3. So if you're keeping track, Paulson is out and Wagner is out. Free throws coming for Solo Hussein. Hussein up to 13. Split her last time up at the free throw line and splits again. 1-possession game though, but again, Woodbury, they got to play defense without fouling. Karlen for 3. No good. Dodge hustles for the rebound. And a transition chance. The ball went off the official. Stillwater, they're calling for it, but the officials considered in play. West was looking for it with the bounce pass inside to Dodge. Stillwater staying with it. Dodge, kick out. Hussein for 3. And that's going to be a foul. The 4th on Hussein, and I don't know about that. Not the foul per se, but I don't know about that move by Hussein. You're trying to get the strip. So Stillwater, they wanted the out-of-bounds call, but the officials are in play, so if the ball caroms off an official and stays in bounds, you play on. It's not something you need explanation of often because it rarely happens, but Stillwater calling a timeout. 2 key free throws for Amber Scalia. Once again, that makes it a 2-possession game. Woodbury, they've been oh so close, just can't quite get there. They trimmed a 14-point halftime deficit down to 1. And what a semifinal this is turning out to be. 56-51. Man, this is a lot of fun, but give credit to Woodbury for staying with it. And Carly West playing a big part in that with her drives down low. Now, a ton of players have 4 fouls here. I think everyone on the floor for Woodbury has 4. So you're going to have to monitor that the rest of the way. Well, here we go. Big possession for the Royals. 3 ball, corner pocket. Callie Mundall makes it a 2-point game again. Just her second 3. But here's the problem. With everyone at 4 fouls, I think outside of Dodge, Vasky back in there. You're going to have to get a stop. You can't do any foul and chase strategy. Grace Cody with the answer. No good. Rebound is won by Amber Scalia. But there's still a lot of time. Sarah Scalia, she's elusive. Goes up and in. Just 11 points for Sarah. No 3-pointers. But every basket, a big one right now for the Ponies as they try to keep their state tournament hopes alive. Dodge. Kick out to Amusain for 3. No good. Rebound. Loose ball. Carly West has it. Didn't have much of a lane, though. Tried to get the layup. Liza Karlen couldn't get control. Amusain wins it, finds West. And Sarah Scalia had no choice but to foul. Every time Stillwater looks like they have the knockout blow, the knockout punch ready. Sarah picking up her 3rd. Something happens and Woodbury gets another lifeline. This is just like a year ago. A 1-possession game again. And if nothing else, Woodbury able to score with the clock stopped. West up to 20. And after some early struggles at the line, West has made her last 4. You don't want her to pick up that 5th. And Stillwater throws it away! Courtney Crouch was anticipating Stillwater winning this semifinal. Well, it's not a done deal yet. The last time these two teams met, Stillwater won by 29. Oh, an unforced error. Vasky went over the timeline. Both teams in the double bonus for what it's worth. Stillwater at 9 fouls, so 2 free throws the rest of the way. It looked like a Stillwater clinic was coming, but Woodbury there's no one big trend, one big secret. They've just been going after it. And Stillwater just having a hard time getting shots to fall. But Liza Karlen gets the put back. She's up to 6. Hussein lost it. And again, with everybody at 4 fouls, you can't do a whole lot. Sarah Scalia. That could have been the knockout right there. But Hussein with numbers. Can she beat Karlen? No, but she'll draw the foul. Karlen picks up her 4th. And Hussein back to the line for 2. 2:32 to go. It's a one-possession game again. And some of the spectators can't believe it. I can't either. But give credit to Woodbury. They did not fold up. Other teams might be fearful, afraid of what would happen. Woodbury, they know they're the underdog, might as well go after it. They were the underdog last year and got the win. Sarah Scalia drives, no good. Rebound picked up by Sarah, and that's it for Hussein. Not the foul you want to go out on. Hussein in what could be her final high school game. She'll finish with 14 points. And Clarice Lebo will go in. It's not a done deal, though. Sarah Scalia at the line. Double bonus the rest of the way. If you told me that this would be a nail-biter after what happened in the first 2 meetings and that Sarah Scalia would be held without a 3-point field goal, I don't know what I would say. But Sarah Scalia, 5 of 6 from the line. She has 13. It's up to West now. Oh, dodge! Didn't recognize where she was. Again. Megan Kirchenwitz calling a timeout here. (62-58), 2:05 to go. So with 2:05 to go, a 4-point margin. This is a rough spot here for the Royals, who have played perhaps their best game of the season. And for Stillwater, as we were saying earlier, every path to a championship, section or state, often involves a nail-biter. That one game where you gotta grind it out, gut it out, and find a way to get the win when circumstances don't go in your favor. For Stillwater, this could be it. Remember, this was the psychological hurdle. They lost in the semifinals to Woodbury a year ago. If they can get past the Royals here, it would be a huge sigh of relief. The Ponies could exhale, and they definitely will if they can hang on. Now, Lebo's the only one who I don't think has 4 fouls, and Stillwater, they're not going to force the issue here, but they cough it up. Now, Woodbury, it's a 4-point margin, so they're going to need to score here. You don't have to force the issue, but you got to be smart. A couple of unforced errors. Dodge didn't recognize where she was on the floor in that last possession. West The bounce pass dodge. This time stays in bounds and knocks down the baseline jumper. Dodge up to 8. Here we go. We've had plenty of nail biters today. Scalia drives and gets the roll. 15 for Sarah Scalia. Intercepted. Sarah Scalia looking for the knockout. Got it! Sarah Scalia, sensational. And if Ted were here, he might say this. Sarah's very angry. Don't worry, I'll keep my voice. Sarah Scalia completes a 3-point play. Woodbury, I think it was, who called the timeout? We'll get the signal. It was Stillwater. No, Jeff can't hear me? No. Apparently my vocals have some range. And so does Sarah Scalia, and like we said, it's that grinded out takeover gene. Sarah Scalia, a couple of big plays, some free throws, and that big layup. Gophers fans, this is what you have to look forward to next year. That's all I can say. I think Sarah Scalia delivered the knockout blow, but we've seen crazier things, so Stillwater can't rest on the laurels yet. There it is, another steal. And Stillwater, they're just going to hang on to the ball. And all they got to do is make a few more free throws. Brad at the line, but I think it's academic. Again, give all the credit in the world to the Woodbury Royals for one of their best performances this season. A year that hasn't had a lot to celebrate. It's going to be a little bit short, but they gave Stillwater a run. But the Ponies are going to overcome those demons of a year ago and move on to the final. 30 seconds from a section championship appearance. Woodbury calling a timeout. Both teams have one remaining, but I think Stillwater, with 25 and a half left, they should hang on for the win. Well, Sarah Scalia, the threes weren't going in, but in that pressure situation, 2-point game, what does she do? Score a layup, get the steal. We saw this against Cretin-Durham Hall in the first meeting of that series. It was a close game. Sarah Scalia got a scoop and score to close out. She finished with 30 in that one. Tonight against Woodbury, it's Stillwater's tightest game. As a couple of folks head out of here with the win in hand. This isn't the first time Stillwater's run into adversity in conference play. The second meeting with Roseville, Stillwater had to come back from 13 down. This time, they had to preserve a lead. They were up by 14. It looked like they were going to coast to victory. Instead, we were in for some excitement. And this time, it's going to be the Ponies who most likely will hang on as time runs out. But what a thrilling semifinal. Another steal, and I guess it's only fitting that Stillwater is closing the game with a series of steals. We mentioned Alexis being the annoyer, the pest that she is. Sarah Scalia is going to give folks fits. Alexis Pratt at the line. Stillwater will be one step closer to their first state tournament appearance in 31 years. Wasn't easy though, but this will be good preparation for Stillwater. White Bear Lake figures to be an easier opponent than Cretin-Derham Hall might have been, but White Bear Lake, they're feeling pretty good after a couple of big wins in conference play, so I don't think Stillwater is going to rest easy. This game certainly is going to make them feel that way. Props to Woodbury for making a fight of this, and Clarice Lebo will knock down a three, but there won't be enough time. Woodbury calls their last timeout. So if you're watching this on Valley Access channels or YouTube, we'll have tape delay coverage per MSHSL rules. Stillwater and White Bear Lake in the section championship right here at Hastings High School. I'll be here. I think Jeff, well, you've got your show, but I think he's making plans. He'll be here. He'll be here. I don't know who you are, but John will be here. I don't know who you two are, but all right, who else is going to be here? Not you guys. Anyone else? John will be here. Some folks up in the concourse. Anyone in front of me who will be here? Well, hey, will you be here? He can't hear what I'm saying. He's down on the floor. I'm sure he'll want to make plans, though. I'll do my best. There's a few up here. I'll try to save my voice, too. Hey, when you call high school games as much as I have, too, I can appreciate those chairbacks sitting in the bleachers. 5.3. All right, Stillwater, they just got to collect the ball, and Alexis Pratt once more. And all right, why not? Alexis Pratt, what a game. Sarah Scalia, a resilient effort, a resilient showing in that last minute. Those are the moments that define the greats. And when Sarah Scalia, she couldn't buy a three. She had 7 of them in North St. Paul's 107-27 win over North St. Paul, I should say. Stillwater could do no wrong. Stillwater couldn't buy a three. At least Sarah Scalia couldn't. And she's still going to get 17 points unofficially. Pratt missed, but it doesn't matter. 70-63 is the final, and Stillwater hangs on. They'll play White Bear Lake and try to make their first state tournament appearance in this century. Sarah Scalia, not her highest scoring night, but she came up clutch when Stillwater needed her most. And that is going to be a huge asset. Stillwater moving on. Sarah Scalia finishing with 18 points. We'll try to get a word with her before we wrap things up here at Hastings. This is high school girls basketball. Stillwater defeats Woodbury in the semifinal round 70-63. And joining me is Sarah Scalia. Sarah, 18 points, and when Woodbury had one last gasp, you shut the door in the final minute. Tell me about that takeover, Jean, with that layup and then the three-point play.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we didn't play our best game, like, throughout the whole game, but I knew at the end, like, we just had to put it away, and so I just tried to do what I could to, like, drive and either draw the contact or finish at the end, and, yeah.
How much did this team exhale? Because it was Woodbury who knocked you out of the playoffs a year ago, and they made a fight of it, but this time you're able to fend them off and move on to the section final on Thursday.
Yeah, I mean, they beat us the past couple years in the playoffs, so obviously we came in like trying to get redemption and stuff back at them, and they played really good in the second half, and obviously it was a close game throughout the whole game, but we finished it. So.
Just overall, how will this feed into your section final? This will be the deepest you've played as a prep player. What's going to be the mindset on Thursday?
Probably just going into it, like starting out from the start and just keep the same energy throughout the whole entire game and just work together and do what we can to win.
And quickly, what does this game say about your growth as a player where it wasn't your best game, but you got the job done, you got the win, and you're going to keep playing?
Yeah, I mean, I just had to stay confident throughout the whole game. Like, obviously my shots weren't falling, so I had to do something else, and I just tried to do what I could on defense, and then on offense try and either kick, drive, draw the foul, or anything.
All right, well, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you on Thursday.
Thank you.